Hi everyone! In this video, we're diving into Descope's native flows in Swift, a smoother, more flexible way to build secure user authentication directly into your iOS app. Traditionally, developers have faced a difficult trade-off. Rely on browser-based authentication flows, which can feel disconnected and lead to drop-offs, or implement basic username and password authentication, which compromises both security and user experience. It works, but it's not ideal. Descope Native Flows eliminate this trade-off by providing a fully integrated, secure, and user-friendly way to authenticate users within your app. Whether you're using passkeys, magic links, or social login, Native Flows ensure a seamless login experience that keeps users engaged while maintaining best-in-class security. Let's go into a demo and see how we can add Native Flows to our Swift app. The first thing we're going to do in our Swift project is add Descope Kit, the Descope Swift SDK, as a dependency. Then in our main app delegate file, we'll import Descope Kit and initialize it with our project ID that we've set locally, as well as our base URL. Next, we'll set up the view controllers that will present your authentication screen. Over here, we can use the Descope Session Manager to see whether a valid session is present. If there is a valid session, we'll show the home screen, and if there is not a valid session, we'll show the authentication screen. Another thing to note is that if you're trying to use authentication methods like magic link or social login that have a component of exiting your app, you're going to have to set up app links in order to make that return back to your application seamless. The same goes with setting up web credentials if you want to use passkeys in your application. With Native Flows, we have a few different flow views here that you can use to tailor your authentication page to your exact requirements. You can check out the simple flow, the modal flow, and the inline flow in the sample app repository. And for now, we'll focus on the inline flow view, which embeds the flow directly in the page like this and provides the most native experience. It's perfect for when you want authentication to feel like it's part of the screen. Within our inline flow controller, we have a function so that when the sign-in button over here is pressed, this did press sign-in function starts the flow and then shows the flow view. We can take a look at our start flow function to see what happens. We create a new flow object using our base URL that we had defined earlier, as well as the flow ID that we'd like to use. For now, we're using the flow called sign up or in magic link social. We'll add the social login later, but for now, let's try walking through a magic link flow. I enter my email, hit continue, and I get a verification link to my email. I'll head over there, and I get this authenticate magic link to my email. I'll click here, and I'll be automatically taken right back to the app without any redirects or browser detours. Now, let's modify the flow to include social login. This is the flow that I have in my application, sign up or in magic link social. So I'll modify the welcome screen to also have a sign in with Google button. I'll fill container, click done, and then I'll include a sign up or in OAuth action and take that to the is new user condition. Now I can see this new flow reflected immediately in both of my sample application here and also in my Swift app. Note that I didn't have to redeploy any changes. I removed my user from the Descope user table so we can see what it looks like when a new user comes and signs in with Google. The browser will open just for this step. I'll enter my email and continue. My password, go through my two-factor authentication, and as you can see, to complete the rest of my sign-up, I don't stay in the browser. I get taken back to the app seamlessly to complete the rest of the flow. And now I'm authenticated. To enable the seamless experience back into the app for both social login and magic link, we create this handler to pass any incoming universal links back to the current flow. If you want to gradually collect additional user information over time, ensuring a non-intrusive experience while still gathering valuable data, consider adding a progressive profiling flow to your Swift app. You can share the progressive profiling flow across both your website and your Swift app, and tailor the prompts based on user activity from both platforms. For example, if a user has already been prompted for their email address on your website, and they've signed up that way, when they authenticate with your app afterwards, you can now ask for additional details. To demonstrate progressive profiling, let's use this new sign up or inflow. We have a welcome screen with the same two authentication methods as before, magic link and social login. But this time, we'll check if the user is new, or if they are an existing user that hasn't provided their birthday. If they're new, we'll proceed directly to the end of the flow. And if they have signed in before, they've already created an account, and this time they're coming back, but they haven't provided their birthday, this time we'll ask them to provide their birthday for a special offer and update that property in the user table. I already went ahead and deleted my user, so we can see what happens when I come in as a new user. I'll continue with Google, authenticate, and now I'm signed in. I'll continue with Google here. And because I signed in earlier, I'm immediately redirected back. And now I'll provide my birthday and hit submit. Because you're using the same Descope project and potentially the same flow across both your website and Swift app, you can provide a consistent cross-platform experience, ensuring that users enjoy the same smooth and secure login process, whether they're accessing your app via mobile or the web. Additionally, Descope's flexible authentication flow options empower you to modify user journeys without needing to redeploy your app, giving you the ability and agility to adapt to changing user needs and business requirements. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to add native flows to your Swift application.